Hey guys, I'm an aspiring filmmaker. This is all my gear. This camera, only 10 grand. These lights, 3 grand a pop. Oh, but you don't need any of this stuff. Hey, how's it going? Hey, how's it going? I'm Gus, also known as Onbeatman. I'm an editor, an animator, and a visual effects artist. This video is to kick off a new series on this channel, in addition to my animations, called Brick Film School. Where I'm going to talk about ways you can get started in or improve your animation, visual effects, or filmmaking skills using this vehicle of Lego animation. Okay, so why Lego? Lego animation is the best way to get started because there's no high barrier of entry, where with live action film you might need expensive equipment or a bunch of friends, or it's impossible to find shooting locations. And with other forms of animation, say even with clay stop motion, the sets aren't accessible to you. You have to build them from scratch using raw materials that either cost money or they're just a one-time use kind of thing. But with Lego, the world's already there for you. You know, if you need a ground, it's bricks. If you need walls, it's bricks. If you need a spaceship, the variety of what you can create with the same material is endless. You can reshape and redesign anything without materials going to waste. I mean, that's the appeal of building Lego in the first place, but now it's kind of translating it into a film medium. Personally, I started with Lego animation because I wanted to make films on the scale of like Hollywood blockbusters, but I couldn't really do that with a camcorder in my parents' backyard. I wasn't like an art prodigy, and sculpting for clay animation seemed rather daunting, but I did have a bunch of Legos that were just kind of collecting dust around my room. So it just turned out to be the simplest way to go from an idea to a film. How Lego animation teaches you about filmmaking. With Lego, the filmmaking learning process goes from 0 to 100 real fast. There's much more freedom of experimentation when it comes to lighting or set building, cameras, editing, sound design, and a whole lot more. Basically, just all the elements of filmmaking. It also helps you stretch yourself creatively and technically, because you're constantly learning better ways to put your vision up on the screen and to make the films you really want to make. If you've always dreamed of making action films, Lego is a great way to start. If you love westerns, you can make the most insane western you've always wanted to see. No budget, no crew, just your imagination and how far you can push yourself. And the possibilities are literally endless. If you have the commitment and the interest, you can make Hollywood blockbuster movies from your bedroom, which is insane. Why stop motion is useful. As an animator personally, stop motion has given me an in-depth insight into how movement works, and give me a clearer understanding of even just films down to every single frame. This focus on individual frames gives me the patience and know-how to tackle complicated shots in efficient and creative ways. Oftentimes aspiring animators can dream of making, big explosions, big action scenes, but without the understanding of all the different components of a shot. What makes the movement real, or if not real, what makes it appropriate for the scene. Those scenes will quickly fall flat. And this isn't to say that you can't start in the computer and be successful, but for someone like me, it was a lot less daunting to start in this physical form rather than starting in this computer-generated vacuum. I want this series to just give you the tools to start as an animator, as a filmmaker, and help you avoid making mistakes that I made when I was first starting out. Basically, you'll learn a lot more than I could in a very short amount of time. Just about everything we go over in this series can be applied to any form of filmmaking, just the sandbox we'll be working in is Lego. We'll be talking about set building, cameras, lighting, sound, music, the whole shebang. So if there's anything specific you want to see, make sure you comment that below, and I'll be sure to cover that at some point during the course of this series. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for what's coming up if you haven't already. I'm sticking to weekly content for the foreseeable future, Brick Films, Brick Film School, and a few other things, so there's no better time. Thanks to my patrons for making this video possible. On to the next one.